Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Been issued along with tornado watches and warnings for a second day in a row. This afternoon, the National Weather Service issued a tornado warning for Luzerne and Schuylkill, along with Carbon counties. Most of those tornado warnings have now expired. We are now just in some severe thunderstorm warnings. Heavy rain, strong wind, hail, along with thunder and lightning moved into our area this afternoon. There are reports of trees and wires down in the Butler Township area of our viewing area. We could also see some flooding throughout tonight, so if you are going anywhere, please use extreme caution while driving at night. After 2:30 this morning, police were called to the home in the 300 block of East Main Street. The victim told them he was arguing with another man when Chapman fired a shot to stop the argument. Chapman now faces a list of charges including aggravated and simple assault and terroristic threats. He is now in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility after failing to post $50,000 straight cash bail. Staying in Hazleton, an investigation by Hazleton police into suspected child abuse has landed one man behind bars. City police arrested a 33-year-old suspect of child abuse charges following investigation which began earlier this month. Jason Pollock was taken into custody earlier today on those charges of indecent assault involving an 8-year-old male. Pollock was taken into custody and charged and arraigned by District Judge Joe Zola today. Also in the city police say a man threatened to shoot them and judges earlier this week, and on Friday officers took him into custody. 24-year-old Jose Valdez Martinez faces a misdemeanor for terroristic threats and a summary count of harassment. Valdez Martinez of North Vine Street texted a message that he was going to threaten to kill all city police officers, judges, and the judges' families with hollow point ammunition, according to police. The threatening messages were discovered by Luzerne County sheriffs when a woman went to them to cite them as to appeal for a protection from abuse order against Valdez Martinez. The woman claimed he was harassing her for the past 3 months. He was taken to jail after failing to post $150,000 straight cash bail set by District Judge Joe Zola Friday afternoon. Also out of the city of Hazleton, a federal grand jury has indicted a city man for theft of government property, specifically welfare benefits, to which he was not entitled to, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. 37-year-old Andres Santos also faces charges of Social Security fraud, false claims of U.S. citizenship, and aggravated identity theft. And a news release from the state's office. According to the U.S. Attorney David Freed, the indictment alleges in the past 4 years, Santos used Social Security account numbers and other identification information of another person and misrepresented him as a U.S. citizen in order to obtain medical assistant benefits and SNAP benefits from the U.S. The U.S. Marshals found a wanted man from Massachusetts hiding in an attic of a Hazel Township home earlier today. On May 2nd, Wyln, Massachusetts Police Department issued an arrest warrant for 19-year-old DeLons Incarnacino. He was charged with assault, murder, and weapons offenses after a woman was shot. The task force members went to the 1200 block of South Church Street in Hazel Township, that's in the Hazel Village section, where they found him hiding in an attic. He was taken into custody without incident and turned over to the Pennsylvania State Police, where he will be arraigned as a fugitive. A conspiracy to import bath salts into the United States from China led to a mountaintop man being charged. 46-year-old Jason Randizzo was one of several people indicted by a grand jury in August of 2016. He pled guilty last week in U.S. District Court. In all, 18 people were charged as a result of this investigation. It resulted in the seizure of numerous weapons, thousands of dollars in cash, and bank accounts valued at over $750,000. A judge ordered a pre-sentencing investigation to be completed. Randazzo is scheduled to be sentenced on August 26th. Sugarloaf Township Police arrested a 24-year-old Scranton man for drug possession following a traffic stop where he was being stopped for a violation of obstructing a window due to a handicap placard hanging from his rearview mirror. Officers ordered Tavon Moore to step out of the car when they smelled marijuana. Police searched the car and found a large plastic bag of marijuana on the rear passenger side floor. Moore was arrested for drug possession along with possession of drug paraphernalia and a summary violation for having an obstructed window. His bail was set at $10,000, which Moore posted and was released from prison. The trial is underway in Luzerne County for a man accused of setting his ex-girlfriend's house on fire that took the lives of her 3 children. The fire took place at the home of Susan Major in Laughlin on October 25, 2017. Today, jurors heard a 911 call from Major's son just before the fire started. The boy told dispatchers that he witnessed Preston Bonnet, who you just saw in the video, outside of their home and said he wasn't supposed to be there. Prosecutors state that Bonnet told people he planned to burn Major's home so she could watch her children burn. They claim that he was irate because Major turned him in on allegations that he was making fraudulent credit cards. Bonnet's defense claims that he was at the scene but suggested that the children cooking or a faulty electrical baseboard was more likely to have caused that fire. The defense has expert witnesses lined up to testify in Bonnet's trial, which continues this week in Luzerne County Court. Coming up on Wyln News, getting ready for another windmill meeting tonight in Carbon County. Plus, it's the tale of 2 budgets, one being passed, the other still up in the air. We'll take you to those stories ahead. Plus, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. And, well, you guessed it, more thunderstorms could be moving into our area for Thursday. A high of 79. We could see some more severe storms tomorrow like we're seeing right now in our viewing area. Friday, though, we're going to see partly cloudy skies, a high of 75, and those thunderstorms will return for Saturday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Krugel's Georgetown Deli has been voted Northeastern Pennsylvania's best craft beer selection several years running. Krugel's is your craft beer headquarters, and gift baskets are available for all occasions. Krugel's is home of the Crowler. Fill your Crowler up in their tap system and keep your favorite beer fresh longer. Krugel's Georgetown Deli, Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania lottery games. Check them out on the web at georgetownDeli.com.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
A zoning hearing meeting number 4 is coming up tonight for the Broad Mountain Wind Project in Packer Township. The proposal is to build almost 24 50-story windmills atop the Broad Mountain. That starts at 6 p.m. tonight at the Weatherly Area Middle School cafeteria. 21 turbines would be located across the Broad Mountain Ridge, with 5 smaller ones also to be constructed. The turbines could be seen from about 15,000 feet away, or it's about 3 miles. It is estimated that it will take approximately 8 2-hour sessions to complete the hearings. Again, that hearing is to get underway tonight in Packer Township. It's at 6 p.m. The Crestwood Area School Board will try again to come up with a preliminary budget just a week after it failed to do so. At a special meeting set for 6:30 tonight, the board will try to pass a budget that avoids layoffs but spends all of its fund balance and raises property taxes by 6.3%. Thursday, the board deadlocked on a budget that could lay off some paraprofessionals and showed a deficit of about $80,000, even with a new bus contract that saved the district over $370,000. Balancing budgets has been a struggle for the last 5 years for the school district, as mandated expenses for special education and pensions outpace the state's contributions, putting more burden on the local taxpayers in that school district. A vote on the final budget is scheduled for June 26 in Crestwood. Sticking with school district budget news, the Mahanoy Area School Board has adopted a tentative budget for next year that it does include a 1.7 property tax increase yet again. For the second year in a row, the school district will increase the property taxes. The proposed budget has a total expenditures of $19.3 million, which is a 3% increase over last year's budget. A real estate tax increase of 1.7 mils would raise the current millage from 49.6 mils to 51.3 mils, which each mill would bring about $83,000 in tax revenue. The district business managers said that each taxpayer will see about a $30 increase in their bill. The board voted 7-1 to pass the tentative budget, with Mike Stishin voting no and Gary Ganal being absent from that school board meeting. The board will vote again on June 27th for a formal and final adoption of that budget. After counting the write-in votes in Black Creek Township, the incumbent supervisor has lost his bid for re-election. Incumbent Black Creek Township Supervisor Joe Leswich lost his bid to Rick Davis. According to Luzerne County Election Bureau, they said that there were 67 write-in votes for Davis. Leswich only received 52 votes on the May 21st primary election. Davis was a lone candidate on the Republican side. As a result, Davis will appear both on the majority parties, that's the Republican and Democrats, nomination bids on General Election Day. This is when WYLN News intern Nicole Ambush has this story.
As write-in votes were totaled, Leanne McDermott and incumbent Democrat Robert Schnee took both the Republican and Democratic nominations for Luzerne County Council. Schnee received 417 Republican write-in votes and will appear on both major party lines, while McDermott received 454 Republican write-ins. District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis, who ran unopposed on the Republican ballot, secured the Democratic nomination with 1,541 Democratic write-in votes. This will secure her appearance on both major party lines in the November 5th election and virtually assures her re-election to a third term. According to the election office, this primary election produced higher than usual write-ins. The candidates for County Council include Republican nominees Leanne McDermott, Robert Schnee, Stephen J. Urban, Walter Griffith, Kendra Rattle, and Gregory Wolvich Jr., and the Democratic nominees include Robert Schnee, Anoop Patel, Joe Sebastianelli, and incumbents Tim McGinley, Jane Walsh-Wadakis, and Patrick Bilbo. Voters may vote for up to 6 of these 11 candidates for County Council come November. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Nicole Ambush.
Visit Luzerne County is in pursuit of making Northeast Pennsylvania beautiful. WYLN News intern Cameron Gregory has this story.
Visit Luzerne County is working with the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau and other organizations for a multi-county anti-litter coalition in an effort to overall better and maintain Northeast PA. The anti-litter campaign will initially start with awareness and signs that will be put up throughout Luzerne County. The Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau recently launched its Pick Up the Poconos campaign and will also be funding Luzerne County's campaign, providing signs, billboards, and radio and television public service announcements. According to Executive Director of Visit Luzerne County, Ted Wampole, Wilkes-Barre took the lead by putting together a list of 15 to 20 blocks that city officials will petition to the State Department of Transportation to be part of an Act 62 litter enforcement corridor to help crack down on litter and illegal dumping. As of June 2018, Act 62 increased fines along roads designated for stronger litter enforcement and supplements the fines with community service. Fines for offenders can range anywhere from $50 to $1,000, while litter or illegally dumped trash pickup ranges from 5 to 100 hours. The Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau has invested more than $250,000 in the anti-litter program, holding their first Pick Up the Poconos Day last year, where more than 325 volunteers filled 821 bags of litter from about 88 miles of roads. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Cameron Gregory.
The numbers are out for unemployment rates in the month of April. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry released a report on Tuesday. The Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton area's unemployment rate has dropped 1/10 of a point to 4.7%. The number of people employed is up 1,000 compared to last April. Statewide, the unemployment rate also dropped 1/10 of a point to 3.8%. On the national level, the rate fell 0.2 of a point to 3.6%. Despite the drop, Luzerne, Lackawanna, and Wyoming counties remain tied for the highest unemployment rates in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Coming up on Hazleton's Choice for live local news, we head out to the Health and Wellness Center for this week's Wellness Wednesday, where we talk all about concussions. Plus, we stop by Grand Central to give away some race tickets. You want to stay with us. We'll be right back.
Save now on a vehicle that blends city style with wilderness spirit. It's the Jeep Celebration event at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get outside in a new Jeep Wrangler Sport 4x4 starting at $33,799. Learn more at allamericanjeep.net.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Something was brewing. They diagnosed me with pancreatic cancer. I thought I was doomed. I really did.
After reviewing the scans, we looked at his tumor and we knew that we can treat it.
Trust the leading cancer care experts at Lehigh Valley Cancer Institute to give you hope and more, with access to more clinical trials and advanced treatment options.
I have a new lease on life. I'm cancer-free.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is honored to serve you. And this month, we're honoring those who have served us during the Bigger Things sales event. Lease a new 2019 Ram 1500 Bighorn 4x4 for just $269 a month. Learn more at allamericanjeep.net.
At the Health and Wellness Center. Again, I love getting out and field trips here. And today we're talking with Dr. Ashley, who is going to tell us some of the signs and symptoms of a concussion. And, you know, we hear concussions, football players, athletes, maybe have an accident, but what really are the effects, and how do you know maybe you're suffering from one, or if you're a parent, how you may be able to see one in your child or a loved one? So Dr. Ashley, tell us a little bit about some of the signs and symptoms that we should be looking for if we think we have a concussion.
Yeah, so the most common signs you're going to see are headache, dizziness, confusion, amnesia, lack of sleep. You can have just feeling like a swimming feeling in your head, some ringing in the ears. Those are the most outward signs that people are going to notice. They don't always show up right away. So what we need to look for is anything more than a light bump to the head, even violent shaking or a big wind gust that sort of whips you backwards, can cause the brain to kind of rock in the head, which can cause a concussion. Those signs and symptoms might not come out for several days. So anything more than a light bump, we should be seeing our doctor and monitoring symptoms, making sure we're getting sleep, hydration. If you're getting any headaches, make sure you're noting them, and then follow up with your primary care.
I know, you know, especially if you're out doing something and you get a hit to the head and you're like, all right, now I have a headache, and you don't really think of it, but that headache kind of doesn't go away, and you're like, well, you know what, it was a big bump, I should go lay down. Is that really what we should be doing? Yeah,
the big thing with concussion, rest and recovery. So you want to make sure you're getting adequate sleep, you're limiting your screen time, phones, TVs, computers, wearing proper eyewear is a big one, and then again, just the hydration. We need to let that brain recover. We need to go into a dark room, limit noise, limit light, and get that rest.
I know, and this goes back to some of the old medical training I had in a past career. You know, your brain kind of sits in there in some fluid, and it has some space to move. But when you have that trauma, that could cause some big issues, like you said, in seeing and make sure you go to the doctor. So how important is it, even if you think, well, you know, it was just a small, you know, bump, or I just hit my head or something, just to get checked out, just to be, you know, in case something is there.
Yeah, absolutely, because a lot of concussions go undiagnosed, and then you come into play if you get another concussion or another bump to the head, the second impact, which then your symptoms are more magnified, longer recovery. So making sure you see your doctor and have the test done, be referred to therapy, have the impact test done. That is a computerized testing that we perform here at the Wellness Center. It's going to base your results on your age level and compare you to your verbal memory, your visual memory, reaction time, your overall alertness. And the doctor is going to look over those results and take a look at where you're falling on the grid and get you the proper treatment you need.
And one other question I have, if you're a parents are at home watching this, kids are out playing, going around. Sometimes they don't always tell you what exactly they're feeling or going through. But from an outside, how could you kind of just watch and monitor them?
A big one with kids we see a lot of the times is they just have that sort of dazed and confused look on their face. You might be talking to them, but they might be staring off into space. Headaches. A lot of kids, surprisingly, will tell you when they have a headache, even though, they might not know exactly what a headache feels, but they'll say their head feels funny. Just seeing if they're sleeping more. A lot of the times the kids with concussions will tend to sleep a little bit more than their average. So keeping an eye out for those things, and then the nausea, vomiting symptoms, which are more aware of.
Right. So again, if they have any questions, reach out, talk to your family doctor, get that appointment in, and see so you live well. And that's what we're trying to do here on Health and on Wellness Wednesdays here at the Health and Wellness Center, is to get you the information you have, so when you go to your doctors and say, hey, Doc, I think you may have a problem, we may have something going on. So we want to get you all this great information thanks to our friends here at the Health and Wellness Center. Dr. Ashley, thanks so much for talking with us and giving
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flow of craft beer, great wine, and good food? Wine, hops, and road stops.
Hey everybody, I'm Julia Wiegand here on WYLN, and today we are with Justin from Grand Central, who is here to give away a 4-pack of grandstand tickets to the Pocono 400 for this Sunday, June 2nd. Now, Justin, how has the response been so far?
People love it. We did it last year. It was a great thing. A lot of people stopped in. They're like, well, one guy that won last year, he's like, I forgot how much I love going to the races. So it's been fun.
Now, rumor has it that the location over at the mall has a new one in the mall.
Yeah, so we moved in the mall. We were by the smoke shop, but now, or the cigar box, but now we're over by the shoe department and Route 21 over right closer to Boscov, so it's a good move for us. So,
sounds like a good move. And business has been a little better this year compared to last year, I also heard.
You know what? The economy must be just pumping away because we are doing fantastic this year. It's been great. It really has.
That's awesome. Now you know it's going to be even better. A weekend for the winner. So let's pick out that lucky one.
Brian Jacobs.
Brian Jacobs, well, congratulations to Brian Jacobs. You just won 4 tickets to the Pocono 400, and our ticket guy over here, Woody, has those for you. And you can pick them up here at Grand Central on Vine Street. But don't worry, if you did not win today, there are still 2 more races that we're doing, so you can still spend your summer Pocono style.
Julia, thanks so much. That's the news. If you are heading out tonight, be careful, and remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN.
Pocono Raceway is summertime. where the kids are free, where fans become friends, where good times roll, and the racing is always a little tricky. Bring your friends.